Lesson 24, Destroying Eye Shapes. In our previous lessons, we learned the techniques to make eye shapes. So in this lesson, we will learn how to destroy eye shapes. Making an eye shape means when our own stones need to make life. We create eyes to make them living stones. Destroying an eye shape is when we need to capture the opponent's stones. We use this technique to destroy their eyes and capture them. For making eye shapes, we generally learn two methods. One is the method of protecting the eye corners, and the other is directly making the eye. We also specifically learned how to identify the control points. Now, for destroying eye shapes, we can also roughly divide it into two ways: destroying the opponent's eye corners and destroying the eye itself. Under normal circumstances, there is more to learn about destroying eyes. Let's start by talking about how to destroy the eye corners. Okay, let me set up a problem first. Let's see how black should capture white here. White already has two clear eyes right now. So how can black capture white by destroying white's eye corners? We can see there seem to be three eye corners to choose from. The correct move is to destroy this eye corner in the middle. Black should play right here. After black plays this move, remember the logic of Miai we learned. Now, for both of white's eyes, each eye is missing one corner. So these two positions form a Miai, and black can successfully capture white. Okay, this is the method of destroying eye corners. Of course, the problem we just set up has two eyes. We can also set up more eye spaces. For example, let me try to set up a shape with three eyes for a life and death problem. Similarly, white already has eyes here. It has three eyes. So how can black capture white by destroying the eye corners? The logic is the same as the previous problem. We need to try and find the position that destroys white's eyes on both sides simultaneously. We can see that this eye of white is already a real eye. So how can one move destroy the eyes on both sides? Obviously, it should be this position. After black occupies this eye corner, because of the Miai of these two positions, the Miai of these two eye corners, white cannot make a real eye here. Similarly, for this eye position, because of the Miai here, white also cannot make a real eye. So after black plays here, it can kill white. Okay, this is what we call using an angle wedge to destroy the opponent's eye corners. Next, let's learn about pushing through. Pushing through is quite easy to understand. For example, with an eye space like this. Playing at this position is called pushing through. pushing through to destroy white's eye space. Let's see. For example, in this shape, when black wants to capture white, we just need to simply push forward, and we can destroy white's eye space. The slightly difficult part here is we need to pay attention to the key point of pushing through. What is it? It is to pay attention to the connection of your own stones. You shouldn't. You must be aware of the danger level of your own stones. Don't play too aggressively. For example, let's look at this shape. Let's see how black can capture white here. Okay, let's look at this shape. White already has a real eye here. How should black capture white? The most common technique here is pushing through. Pushing through means playing outward while staying connected to your own black stones. The important point here is that you must stay connected to your own stones and slowly move forward. When we stay close to our own stones and move forward, white's eye space will no longer be enough. After pushing through once, I continue to push. Here, no matter how white tries to make an eye shape, I can completely destroy white's eye space. Of course, it is the same if black pushes from this position. Just play closely attached to your own stones, and you can destroy white's eye space. In this situation, please note, you must stay close to your own stones. If you play too aggressively, you will be captured by white, and the stone will become white's eye, thereby helping white make living stones. So pushing through is also a very basic technique for capturing stones or destroying eye shapes. Let's look at Hein. Hein is quite similar to pushing through. For example, with white's eye space like this. For the next move, black plays a Hein here to destroy the eye. If we add a black stone here, then this position will be called pushing through. But without a stone there, we usually call it a Hein. We also need to pay attention to where we play the Hein. For example, if white has a shape like this, well, we need to play at this exact position to destroy white's eye space. Do not play too aggressively. Here, for instance, if you advance one space too far, you'll be captured. Also, don't be too timid and play at this position, allowing white to block you in the corner like this. While protecting this eye corner, white forms a real eye. Hein. Let's pay attention to this move. Usually, after playing a Hein on the first line, your own connection is perfectly fine, because this is a tiger's mouth. When white places a stone, black can capture white's stone. Therefore, Hein is also a very commonly used technique to destroy the opponent's eye space. Finally, there is another very common shape for destroying eye space called a throw-in. We learned the concept of a throw-in our previous lesson on snapbacks. A throw-in means playing inside the opponent's tiger's mouth, especially at a position that creates a cut in their tiger's mouth. So this position right here is a throw-in. After black throws in, it is no longer necessary for white to capture it. Because even if white captures this black stone, this spot remains a false eye. So when black plays the throw-in, it has already destroyed this eye space, and white becomes dead stones. A wedge shape like this is also very common in the center. For example, let's set up a shape like this. Please note, once this position is formed, this is white's eye space, and the eye corners on both sides are occupied by black. Then this throw-in shape will appear. For example, in this shape, black throws in here. It is equally meaningless for white to capture it now, because capturing it still leaves a false eye here. So when black throws in here, it can eliminate white's eye space, turning white into dead stones. Let's summarize. Earlier, we mentioned that the main method to destroy eye corners is the angle wedge. Then we learned basic techniques to destroy eye shapes, like pushing through, hang, throw in, and wedge. For example, with this stone in the center, if this white stone wasn't here, the name of the move might change. For example, I won't set it up in the center. I'll set up a shape on the side of the corner. Let's set up a relatively simple shape, a shape like this. For some shapes, only the name is different, but their function is similar. For example, for black with a stone here, now this move is called pushing through, but without this stone. This position is called a wedge. This is quite easy to understand. It serves the same purpose of destroying white's eye space. After I play the wedge, this position becomes a false eye. Also, sometimes we use the sequence of Atari and then connection to capture the opponent. For example, how should we play to destroy a real eye at this position? Simply pushing through, like this won't work. After white connects here, a real eye is formed here. So black plays Atari first, at this position, forcing white to connect. And then I connect solidly. This way, we can successfully destroy this eye space. So, based on these fundamental methods of destroying eye shapes, the pushing through, hang, throw in, and wedge we just mentioned, including Atari, these are all basic techniques to destroy eye shapes. I hope everyone can understand and master them well. Alright, that is all for today's lesson.